Amanda Orgill-Nielson is one of 11 Aggie volleyball players to earn All-American honors and one of 2 Aggies to finish her career in the top 5 in both career kills and career blocks. She was an All-WAC first-team selection in 2007, the year the Aggies recorded one of the biggest wins in school history, a 3-0 sweep at number 10 Hawaii to snap their 108-match home winning streak. Amanda ranks 6th or better in 10 different USU volleyball statistical categories.
When I got the call, my response was I was excited. I started crying probably right away. I think I was putting my baby to bed at the time, or I was holding her or something. It said Logan, and I was like, oh, I wonder who that is. And yeah, I was really excited. It'd been a goal of mine for, since I left here, just to, that'd be cool one day. I didn't know if it would happen or think it would happen, so I was really, really excited, yeah. Yeah, when I was younger, I liked various sports. I probably loved basketball first to begin with when I was younger. Yeah, I probably didn't take to volleyball till I was a little older. Started playing it maybe like 7th, 8th grade, and still loved basketball probably a little more until about my junior, senior year, and then volleyball took over after that. So yeah, my high school career was decent. Yeah, I think we went to state my senior year, and that's where I ended up getting recruited by Utah State. So I was probably late in the recruiting process, I guess. I didn't really know what I was doing, and my parents didn't really know. And so, a lot of schools out of state who wanted me, and for basketball as well. I was getting recruited for both, but I knew I wanted to stay in Utah. So it was kind of, there was couple other big universities here that wanted me, but it just didn't feel, quite right. At state is where the Aggies saw me, and that was the end of my senior year, so I still hadn't made up my mind. And then when they recruited me and I came on the visit, it just felt right. Yeah, I was kind of more focused on that basketball, like I said, and I would get hurt a lot, and I kind of became like an angry person when I played basketball. Like, I got in fights. Like, I played volleyball, it was just, no one's trying to hurt me, and it was just so much funner. I loved it so much more. And then, yeah, it just took over, and I didn't really care about basketball anymore. Bert, he was hard on me. We kind of butted heads some of the time, but he was hard on me, but I also think it helped. But I was young, and I was, a hothead, but as a coach, he was a good coach. He was really, really hard on me, but I think later I was like, okay, that probably helped me. At the time it was like, yeah. So when I got here, I started as a freshman. I played quite a bit.
Number 2, Amanda Orgill.
I started as an outside hitter, and he moved me to right side. And I was mad at first because I wanted to be outside hitter because that's like
point Aggies,
where the big players play. But then I ended up loving it, and my sophomore year, I didn't play as much because I ended up getting a stress fracture, and I had to be in a boot and miss the NCAAs because of that. So yeah, I didn't play as much my sophomore year, but then other than that, I was playing, regularly. So yeah. So we did improve. I think a lot of it was just the recruits and how Bert and Grayson recruited some, key girls coming in, and we had a really good setter come in my senior year, Chelsea, and a good libero. And I think they kind of had a different type of person they would recruit, and it just kind of all vibed together, and we were all close as a team. And yeah, I think that it helps when you can kind of, there's always issues here and there, but yeah, I think we were all just really close as a team, and that helped. My freshman year, we played BYU, and they're always really good. They're ranked usually. I can't remember what they were ranked at the time, but I would sometimes stay in to serve, and sometimes I wouldn't. And this is my freshman year, and I was learning to jump serve too. And my coach would either say, stay down or jump. And most of the time he's like, just get it in, and I was still learning. I think it was game point for BYU, and it was game 5, game point, and we were down 2. And he tells me to jump, and I was like, like, because it's a lot harder to get a jump serve in, So I was just terrified, and I was like, all right. And then I got an ace, and then we got it back, and then I jump served again, and we ended up winning. So it was terrifying, but we won. So that was it's always fun to beat BYU. So yeah. Kills were probably my specialty. Yeah, blocking and hitting was, the funnest thing. And I was a right side, which was kind of unique because I got to hit a lot still and block, and most big hitters are on the outside. And so it was a fun experience to get set that much and also be able to block a lot. So yeah, I would say, yeah, that was kind of my big thing. And I was able to stay in the back row. I wasn't the best passer, so they'd keep me in back row, but I wouldn't pass, but I hit back row as well. And so that kind of kept me in back row too. So yeah. Yeah, the Hawaii game was still just one of the best days ever because no one would go to Hawaii and beat them because you have the time difference, the 4 hours, it's so you're all tired and you're playing at 11 o'clock and our time. And yeah, it was, and we swept them and their stadium is just, there's so many people there and they're loud and they're all cheering against you. Everyone played so good. Like it was all around, just everyone was so good that game. And then we got to later, they replayed it like on the TV. And so we all got some cookies or treats or something, and then we watched it. We were all cheering in the hotel. So yeah, it was a really fun game especially to break their streak because they were cocky. They were very cocky. So yeah, that was fun. It was great. My freshman year was a little hard getting used to college and all that. It was really hard on me, but once I kind of got the feel of things and got into my major and things, it was a lot better. I still miss it. I wish I still lived here. I love Logan. It just will always hold a special place in my heart, and I love everything about it. It was when you're in it, you don't realize like, oh, I'm gonna miss this one day, like everything. And yeah, and I loved every minute of it. I mean, it was hard. A lot of times it is hard being a student athlete, but it was amazing, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. Yeah.